Hello and welcome to another episode of Put Me in Code on episode 45, Diamondbacks versus Rockies, Game 3. Pretty much of the lineup is exactly the same. Adrian Del Castro to play DH, and then Gabe Marino playing catcher. And then Vargas is in first on the top of the lineup playing second base. So unfortunately, now Marte did not play today, so he got a day off, and pretty much the rest is the same. Um, the lineup is doing pretty good. The only people who did not get a base hit is basically ADC and Ryan Wolfsmith and stuff. The rest pretty much got on base and stuff. Carroll went 2 for 4. Perdomo went 2 for 4. Lorsgrove Jr. went 2 for 5. Gabe Marino went 3 for 4 and stuff. And pretty much the rest basically just got one base hit here and there and stuff. So you can see enough of we got more hits. Does that show enough of we got some runs? Possibility. Guaranteed enough of we got the runs what we needed in the game and stuff. So yes, it's a positive into the Diamondbacks and stuff. And then unfortunately enough, this is kind of like a thing where Lovello does a bunch of times and stuff. I guess at the very end enough, I guess he get Jorge Barosa to play some innings and stuff just in the outfield. So mostly at the very end, I know I say a bunch of times enough with this and stuff. In the bottom of the ninth today, Jorge Barosa playing with center field, and then Ryan Wolfsmith, fortunately he started at center field, then he went to left field in the ninth inning. So that means of Lorsgrove Jr. just got out the game pretty much at the very end. And so it's pretty much of that. Just getting, I guess, Barosa some just playing time in the outfield for one inning and stuff. I don't know. He does it every single time. And he does it pretty much like any game and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that's what he does. And stuff. Like, I totally understand it because, like, you gotta give like other people some opportunities just to play and stuff, but I totally understand it in some ways and stuff. So yeah, even Barosa, he's a great outfielder out there. He's not gonna get a bat, but playing sometimes, he's gonna get what he gets and stuff. Pitching wise enough, Michael Osorka. Pitching today, he went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, struck out 8, walked 2, run 2. So he did pretty good. Pretty much, the strikeouts were huge for him and stuff. Only giving up 2 runs, not that bad and stuff. The 6 hits, didn't really like that, but it's 6 hits. It's what it is and stuff. Michael Lorenzen was the starting pitcher for the Rockies. He went 5 innings, struck out 9. Sorry, I read that wrong. 5 hits, I meant to say. No, I'm seeing the numbers wrong. 9 hits, struck out 4, walked 3, gave up 7 runs, and stuff. So, he did not perform well in a way. I think he did some ways good. I think in the beginning he got a little good ways and stuff, and then I think at the very end, I think the Diamondbacks offense just found something to hit off of him and stuff. So I think that's pretty much it and stuff. It was kind of like Michael versus Michael matchup in a way and stuff. So I kind of like to say that and stuff. Bullpen for the Diamondbacks: Ryan Thompson, Juan Morello, Brandon Pfaadt, Taylor Clark, and Paul Sewald at the end and stuff. Fortunately enough for Paul Sewald coming in at the end to get a save and stuff. Brandon Pfaadt didn't do the job he did in the 8th inning and stuff. And then Taylor Clark had a hard time as well and stuff. So the Rockies kind of made a more interesting game for Paul Sewald to come in the 9th and close it out and pretty much get another save. That's what it is and stuff. So bullpen doing good besides of the Rockies made it interesting at the very end and stuff. Scoring, there's a lot of scoring in this game. I kind of down it down a little bit for the things I want to talk about and stuff. Starting off with Corbin Carroll with a 2 home run to make it 5-0, top of the fourth. Troy Johnson hit a RBI double to make it 1-5 in bottom four. So basically, them get some runs in the way. Willie Castro hit a RBI double to make it 2-5. Bottom of the four, they were hitting a lot of doubles and stuff, so they got some runs on the board. Loris Guerrero Jr. with a solo home run to make it 6-1, top of the fifth. Corbin Carroll with another home run, his solo home run, 8-2, top of the sixth. This is his second home run in the game. Huge for him and stuff. And also for Loris Guerrero Jr., that was his first home run this whole season and stuff. My boy Jake McCarthy hit a RBI single to make it 4-8, bottom of the eighth. And Kyle Carrose hit a RBI single to make it as 5-8, bottom of the eighth and stuff. And the final score was Diamondbacks actually won the game 8-6 was the total runs and stuff, making the record now 22-23. So we're now one low of 500. So the positive thing about it is we won the series over the Rockies. I was a little afraid at the end because, again, I keep saying enough, the Rockies made it very interesting. I was afraid enough that they were going to come back and we were going to lose this and stuff. And yeah, I was a little nervous with that and stuff. But fortunately enough, they took the dub. So a little satisfied from that. Like, I don't care how times that they score. I didn't want them to score, but if we can get the win, it's all that matters at this point and stuff. So yeah, progress. I think offense did great. Hopefully they can just match up this every single game and stuff. Because if they do this and can get some runs in and stuff, this is how you win games and stuff. And we just haven't done that even since enough it. Like, I have a feeling we should absolutely sweep the Rockies. And the way enough of they were playing yesterday and stuff, they were giving a lot of hard hits and stuff. And so it was just really tough from yesterday of what they cannot do and what they can do and stuff. They have all the talent of the offense and stuff. They can show off their guns and, hit off these, again, I'm not totally disrespecting on the Rockies enough. Like, Michael Lorenzen is honestly a really good pitcher as well and stuff. It's just, it's just those are the things enough of, our offense is showing and stuff, and their pitching is just not. So, that's just another thing enough it. Like, who doesn't matter enough it. Like, if we're talking about just a specific of a team and stuff, we want to root for the team. We want to win and stuff. And honestly enough, it doesn't really matter of who it is to the plate or the mound and stuff. Do the best you can and, do your job. This is basically what you got to do and stuff. We just got to keep moving forward with this and stuff, and hopefully this doesn't go down or anything, because it was down. It was like the offense just cannot score anything and stuff. And then fortunately for pitching wise in a way and stuff, like, it's not even helpful for enough of pitching is giving so much runs and the offense cannot get back into the game and stuff because they trying to get it like a comeback and stuff and can't even do it and stuff. So scoring a lot early, scoring a lot runs as well is more a difference enough of trying to make a close game. Like, I get that close games are fun and stuff, but I want some, I want the win. Like, the matter of fact of just getting on top, it's what it matters and stuff. And so that is that. I have a feeling pitching is, off and and stuff. Like bullpen is doing the best they are at the time and stuff. Like I know we also struggled today and stuff from Fott and Clark and stuff, but those were hard times and of it and stuff. I think Fott came in like in a specifically wrong time and stuff, but who knows it about that and stuff. But hopefully enough they keep, not giving any runs at the end of the game and stuff, and hopefully the pitching of the starting pitchers, not giving any runs either, and keep that low number so the offense can absolutely take the lead and win the game and stuff. Like that's a big, huge difference enough of losing the game and winning the game and stuff. And we want the positive from that and stuff. So they just got to keep progressing and stuff, show me what they got and stuff. I get it. We play the Rockies, so it's good enough that we won a series over the Rockies. Fortunately, the Rockies are not really a good team or anything. They got good players, but I guess they don't have the same talent that we do and stuff. And so, yeah, that's pretty much of that. Our MVP for today is going to be Corbin Carroll. He hit 2 home runs today and stuff. So it's love to see him coming back and hit some hits and stuff. I know it was in Coors Field and the hemisphere, whatever, and stuff with the I don't know the air gravity. I don't know what it is. It's from there and stuff, but it's just good to see him doing some damage on opponent teams and stuff, and hopefully he keeps doing that because we love seeing him doing that and stuff. So I think this is like the 4th time. I understand enough. I think in last time we won in game 1 in front of the Rockies, I did specifically was saying about like, oh, this is all the MVP at this time as well, with Vargas winning his 4th MVP on this podcast as well. But I didn't show it because I totally forgot about it. So I'm doing this time. If I remember. If I don't remember, then I don't remember. But I'll do my best to put it up there. And I apologize if I was trying to do it and stuff. It just didn't come to mind and stuff. I was trying to edit so quickly with it and stuff, but if I do remember, well, it's right here, But if I don't remember it and I forgot again and stuff, again, I'll apologize for it because I didn't do my job in a way and stuff. But hopefully I did it and stuff. But that's pretty much of that. Again, back to saying about the Rockies and stuff. We're playing the Giants next and stuff. So Giants are not doing so well either and stuff. So again, we're trying to get this a little bit of advantage to win some games. Hopefully win a series. Hopefully we win a series over them and stuff. We just gotta go out there and do some damage and stuff. Both sides, bullpen, pitching, offense. Defense looks great, by the way, and stuff. There's some here and there and stuff. I totally understand that. We make errors here and there and stuff, but fortunately enough, outfield is absolutely insane. Will Smith is playing great defense in center field and stuff. It's crazy enough of how confidence he is out there and very I would say smooth in a way. Not smooth like Trey Turner does at shortstop with his slide or anything and stuff, but he knows what the control he has with his body to get to the ball and stuff. And I think that's huge of it. He reminds me of AJ Pollock a little bit and stuff. So that's a positive from there and stuff. So yeah. So we just gotta give it an advantage. I understand enough where we're playing bad teams and stuff, but again, we're trying to be more competitive. We want to win and stuff. Do the best we can to win and stuff. Don't be like the jerks like the Rangers do, because oh my god, dude, I cannot believe enough. The crazy thing is that we're seeing Cubs and White Sox, Dodgers, Angels, Reds, Guardians, all these little teams are playing like each other. The Cardinals, the Royals, matching enough. Like Giants are playing the Athletics and all those typical things, and so like that's a cool thing. Like I never expect that of enough of all the teams are doing it at exactly the same time and stuff. So, honestly enough, like that, like even with the Yankees, the Mets, like they're doing exactly the same thing and stuff. That's a really cool thing right now because they're doing it at the same time and stuff. But there was even a time with the Rangers and the Astros because both of them play in Texas and stuff. Again, Geraldo Ozuna getting hit by pitch and stuff, and it kind of throws the pitcher off immediately because the pitcher on the Astros got kicked out and stuff. I understand the Astros not performing well as well, but it's just like he doesn't move out of the way. Like Ozuna doesn't do it. He just gets hit and stuff, and he just goes to first. Like he doesn't like gets out the way. Like he just lets it hit and stuff. Fortunately, it hit his foot and stuff. And when that actually happened, he put his knee out, like forward where the bat is at, like where the play was at or whatever and stuff. Like he wants to get hit. Like he wants to go at first base. Like I just don't think that's the right thing to do and stuff. Like I don't know why he gets away from it and stuff. It's just like I don't understand that. It's whatever. It's the freaking Rangers. Don't care about them. So that's pretty much of that. Playing the Giants next and stuff. Hopefully we beat them and stuff. So yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys have a great day and thank you for watching.